Hello everybody, bit of an update for you. My face is looking very red, which is odd because I'm not been outside. What is today? Today is the day after Boris Johnson has come out of hospital, so he hasn't died from coronavirus. Well, he does look fucking terrible, but anyway, still a lot of people dying. And I must admit, he's done a speech today, which I must admit was very good, but I'm hoping that his experience makes him realise the NHS and staff need a lot more help and they need a lot more pay. Personally, I think they should be among the highest paid sectors in the country, to be honest. But anyway, right, I'm going to be trying to get on with a bit more. My ears have been really bad lately. Yeah, I'm going to try and get on with a bit more carving today. I had a look at some of the other bits on this shelf, and there's a bit on here that's going to need dealing with. Could be a bit problematic, this one though, because of where it is. But what I've decided is I'm going to kind of do what I can on there. On this one, right, this is one that just needs a bit of glue repair and a little bit of tidying up. And then obviously we've got the one that I was working on the other day, which still needs tidying up here. The thing is, you might not look it, but that's quite deep to try and carve out. And the thing is, to try and carve this out, basically means fighting against all of this grain up here. So what I'm going to try and do is power sand this to a good enough result, hopefully. But because I'm going to have to get extension leads out to do this outside, I don't want to just do it for one piece of wood. So that's what led me to look at the other parts of the shelf, of this shelf, to go, okay, well, there's a few other bits that need carving, and that awkward bit that I showed, I may be able to carve a bit of it away, but I may be better off just trying to sand that one and seeing how it goes. So I can do all those at the same time outside. If I try and do them in here, the amount of mess it will make is unreal. Now we may be in for a bit of a storm coming, at least at the back here. I heard thunder a little while ago and the clouds are definitely coming in. So I don't think I'll be doing it today, but to be honest, I wasn't intending on doing it today, but I think I've got enough extension leads to go from plug socket just here, down the stairs which are just there, and out a window, so I can do it somewhere it's not going to create a shitload of mess, or go into any windows. But obviously I do still need to finish up what I'm doing on these today, so that's what I'm going to try and get a bit more of this done. Okay, so the other day when I was doing a bit of this carving, I thought, actually, I've not checked. I probably could change the blade. I'll have I need to get my screwdriver to do it. Fuck it, I'll wait. Right, yeah, so when I was on doing this the other day, obviously I've carved a big piece out here, and for the most part I've been going that way. Now I could, because there's this bit here that needs sorting out, I could now start coming this way, but the problem is if I do that, then I'm going to encounter all of these layers and I'm going to end up having to go pretty much probably similar distance the other direction, I'm thinking. So what I'm going to try and do is continue going that way, in the hope that instead of intercepting a grain and picking it up, I can start on a grain that's already connected and go away from it. So I'm hoping that I can then eventually get to this bit, for example, from here without having to go any further this way. So let's see how we get on with it. Now that's obviously what I was going to try and do the other day, but my hands got way too tired for that, and my arms. Now obviously what I've got to be careful of here is doing this is going just too far and ending up picking up the grain on this side, but that's why I've kind of left this a little bit rough there at the moment, because I may end up having to take it off anyway. You know what, I'm going to change the blade. It's definitely not, it's too blunt. Oh, this is probably where I find out that I haven't got any new blades. No, I won't call them new. Well, one of them might be, but what I can do is turn this blade round. Has it been turned before? I don't think so. No, by the feel of it, it hasn't. Okay. Now at some point in the future I might have a look at trying to get myself some proper carving tools. I don't know, I mean carving's not something I've ever really been overly interested in doing, but if I have to do it, a bit like on this, I'd rather have the right tools for the job, but we'll see. Right. Yeah, okay, it's definitely sharper. I wouldn't be surprised if, oh look at that, it's come straight up. Right, so that's a part that I was trying to get to, but what I've got to be careful of now is roughing it up too much here. Okay, so a lot of the struggles I had the other day from a blunt blade. Don't know if you heard that triple crack in my wrist. Struggling a little bit with that. Let's see if I can use this for a bit of leverage. So this is where I'm struggling. I might have to come in from a bit further back. Yeah, this is where I may end up being better off sanding this. We'll see. I think I'm very, very close to it. I mean, what I've just noticed is from coming from a little further back, it's giving me a better angle for getting rid of this bit. So there's still all of this, which needs to go. Really am struggling for getting a decent position. So I want to push the wood against the wall there so I can try a slightly odd technique here, but I do know I've seen in the past with wood carving on a bigger scale, sometimes they have two-handled, they might be called a plane, but basically it's like a big angled blade where you can pull it towards you to strip wood off, or you can push it away from you. So what I'm doing here is I've got the wood over there pushed up against wood that's against the wall. This end is against my body, so now I've got both hands free, and if I had the tool I'd be able to just go shh, 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 and do it. I haven't got the tool, but it may give me a better angle for carving where I want it to be. And you know what? It does actually feel a lot better. Yeah, it definitely felt a lot better. There we go, that's what I wanted. There we go. Now, using this Stanley knife, it's working, but it is far, far, far from the right tool. My ability of precision with it is very difficult. But in these tough times, we'll just have to use what we got. You see, now I would say that that has now gone down enough, right? Although it's still looking rough, this here has gone down enough that I can power sand that. There isn't any bits there that's really going to pick up, so I'll be okay power sanding that now. And I'm leaving that bit to power sand that. Right, what we got on? Yes, okay, so interestingly, I mean, that technique definitely worked for me. The only problem is with this bit, the bit I want to carve is way down there. But what is that? Okay, so it's not split. It's not split the wood. It's just cracked to the layer. I don't know if you can see it on there, but it's kind of going from about here all the way up to here. Which I say could be rather bloody awkward. Let's see. Oh, you can't see on the camera at the moment. Basically, I'm just trying to carve away some of the loose wood, create a little bit of an opening here. I mean, I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. I fucking don't. I might better give you a slightly better view of what I'm trying to do. So I'm literally trying to just take a small amount off, like so. Just to create an area that I can work with when it comes to sanding. Ow. So this here isn't me sort of carving the wood off as such, it's me cutting off the bits that are already loose. Okay, so now on this side it's smoothish, but I'd be able to power sand that, but I'm going to have to turn it around. get the right kind of angle on this bit. I think that's going to create quite a divot there. Yeah. Right, so there is now a piece of wood there that is going to need to be brought out because it's already loose. So you can see that it is already loose, so it's going to have to come out. Be careful here, going in on quite a steep angle. Now this is on the underside, so I don't need to stress too much about this, but at the same time it's another piece that if I don't deal with, it's just going to eventually split and peel away. But also with me now knowing as well that I'm going to take the power sander to some of these bits, I can leave them a little bit rough in areas. And get it down to a point where I don't think it's necessarily going to split anymore. But then leave it for the power sander to really do its work. Okay, this is where I cut myself doing it left-handed. Actually, control it with the right, it's not too bad. Now I would imagine with a much better quality of wood, I wouldn't have as much of this to do, or at least a better quality of wood or a better quality of cut to the wood. I mean, I must admit, my dad is pretty good at looking at a piece of wood and knowing whether it's oak, mahogany, whatever. I ain't got a clue for most of it. I'm picking some bits up, like for example, this has got a very, very wide grain, although yes, like if you looked at that bit, that is quite a narrow grain, but on this piece it is a very wide grain, whereas other woods have very narrow grains. Which ones? I don't fucking know, but anyway, just a bit more needs to come off of that, otherwise it's just gonna cause me a problem. Scissor. Oh, I know what that is. I know what's caused that. Okay, I need to stop there. Right. I was looking at it and thinking, there's a bit of a fucking hole. Thinking, how's the hole? How's a bit of wood got a little bit of a hole? But then, if you look, there's also a little bit of pattern in. It's a little bit of thread. And there's a hole there, which means that's where the screw goes. So what has caused the split on the top layer of the wood is the screw. So I need to stop there with that. I can power sand that down to smooth it all off, but that's as far as I can go with that. I hadn't even contemplated that, you know. It's a good job I spotted that then. It's a shame I didn't spot it earlier, but right. Well, that's as much as I can do on that bit. There's a little bit that needs tidying up here. wish I'd done this the other day. It would have been so much fucking easier like this. Okay. Let's see what is left on this one to do. Okay, this one also needs a glue repair. So yeah, this is the one that needs the glue repair on that split there. I'm not too worried about that pre-sanding, but there's some untidy bits here that I can deal with, and if the weather doesn't change in the next 10 minutes or so, then I may be able to get the power sander onto these pretty quick. The sooner I can do that, the sooner I can start to do glue repairs and get to the staining and varnishing phase, which, having thought of, I am still waiting for my home-based delivery. I'm not getting annoyed about it though, because we're in difficult times, and although yes, the stuff is essential for my own mental health, it's not as essential as someone that may need plumbing equipment or whatever it may be, something that is much more essential. Although when I actually placed my order, I had the opportunity of selecting a specific date for the order, and that date would have been the 14th. That's the 14th tomorrow. So I probably would have been better doing that, but to be fair, like I said, it is important for my own mental health, so that I've still got stuff to do, and I think that's partly why I've not been doing stuff over the last few days, is because if I get to a point where I am stuck because I've got no varnish, no furniture stripper, and I've got furniture ready to be done, then that will screw with my head. So add on the fact that I definitely needed to take a break because I'd pushed myself too hard, so I guess combined two things. But yeah, if I could get these power sanded today, it would at least then mean I could perhaps do my gluing tomorrow. I mean, there's even, I mentioned it before, but there's a knot here. I mean, I could try and get the knot out, but I'd much rather keep the knot in. So that'd mean gluing that. Okay. Ooh. What a ball! I just noticed there's a. It's weird. The wood's not. It's another part here where the wood isn't split, but it's almost like one layer of the wood. But okay, right. What it is then? I'm going to say, because it shouldn't be in layers, and really it's not. But if we look, obviously we've got the rings of the wood. Now at the very top, it's a very thin ring. So although it's not a layer, it is a ring of the wood. Now obviously where it is right at the edge, that ring is very, very thin, and the wood is splitting. And see, now that's not so bad that it's peeling up, but I may just have to power sand that, see if I can perhaps just get rid of that so it can't cause any problems. But there is a bit on the edge here that is picking up, which is going to have to go. There you go, it came off rather easily there. And this is the thing for me. Doing all of this may seem pointless, but And okay, yeah, I'm using a knife and it's coming off easily, but if I don't take it off, it will come off on its own, or at least it could. I just need to make sure that going forward, I'll be very aware of where the screw holes are. See, this is, it is annoying, this, I'll be honest, but as long as I can smooth it down and seal it up, it'll be alright. I wasn't expecting taking that much off, but this is the thing, it's just peeling. Okay, right. Now, I now doubt very much that when my dad was doing his woodworking as a younger man, that I don't think carving was part of what he did, given that he's a sort of more structural engineer than artist, but he did grow up in a time where little boys would carve toys, so he may have some experience with that. So it'd be interesting to see what his experience of wood peeling away like that is, but obviously at the moment it's not like I can sit there and talk to him and show him. But okay, both of these nuts need gluing. Right, I need to remember that then. Both of those will need gluing. Okay, is there any other bits of carving that need doing on there? I don't think there is. Okay, right then. So, as far as carving goes on this shelf, I was going to say I'm done, but you know what, let's check the big piece. Oh shit. So this is the last piece of the shelf, so let's have a look. Anything in carving there? No. Need a bit of power sanding on that bit. Although that one might actually be better glued. It'll be a lot of sanding to get it down to that. Okay, so no carving, just a bit of sanding underneath. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break for a while. If I'm up to it, I'm going to do me power sanding outside. Excuse me, but I'm not going to record me doing that because it's going to be a lot of faffing about anyway. But we'll see how we get on. Back in a bit.